for it. Share your thing. Get it.
Whoop.
We were muted.
Sorry. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the MegaMets podcast, episode 170, as the resurrection of TNA's most dangerous pay-per-view event of the year, Lockdown 2026, is upon us. Every match is inside the steel cage from the Credit One Arena in Chicago.
And here we go. This is going to be exciting.
10 matches on the card, as we also got some extra content for the countdown show tomorrow afternoon.
We also got 2 pre-show matches to go with it. So, yeah.
Right.
And a special announcement.
Which is? Oh, right.
Avery Styles will be joining TNA's Lockdown, the son of the legendary AJ Styles.
Cool.
That's unreal.
Maybe he'll star in the same company his father began and start his career in.
That's going to be something.
We could only hope.
Anyway, we kick it off with BD and Rich Swann against the Righteous. Oh, brother. I mean, BD's run has done him a lot more harm than good. He has yet to win a match. Am I right?
Yeah.
He's winless.
I feel it's only a matter of time before his career ends up nowhere.
Really? I think there's legs. I'm not a fan of the kid, but I understand what he brings to the eyeballs of the young demographics and all that for the wrestling.
But still, he's just basically TNA trying to copycat WWE with Logan Paul and I Show Speed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I granted, I understand that. Yeah, that's their version of it with some, and there's a lot of imitation is the best form of flattery, but
other times it's a slap in the face.
It is. But do you see? There's a big storyline where the Righteous want to recruit BDE. Why?
Or what is that for?
Because he can't get wins through fair means, so they'll try to help him get one through foul. I think that may be the case. BDE turns heel, joins the Righteous.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I never thought about. I don't think the heel turns yet on BD because I don't know. I'm gonna have an open mind. I think the Righteous win.
Where's your vote, Jose?
I'm also picking the Righteous.
Okay, your turn, partner.
Now we have another pre-show match. This is the second one. Special Agent Zero versus Trey Miguel.
Yeah, Trey's can fodder in this one.
Special Agent Zero is my vote.
Yeah, if Mustafa Ali is taking that next step with Order 4, whether it's not winning the international title or getting into that world title picture, and keeping Order 4 strong, Agent Zero needs to be strong. Although Trey Miguel looks phenomenal, he looks like in some great shape. And Trey Miguel, if you say that he has a push like Casey Navarro or to that world title picture, but I'm still going with Special Agent. I think Special Agent Zero needs to continue to build. And you block him up in a cage. I don't know if Trey, and there is no escape clause, it's a pin. I'm going with Special Agent.
Right. Next up, since we don't know the exact order after these 2 matches, we'll just go on the fly. Next one will be the Elegance brand, Heather and M with the personal concierge against Allie and a mystery partner as Rosemary's out of commission with an injury. Again!
Yeah. Oh, she is hurt. I thought she was missing.
No, it was according to the notes. DemonxBunny were scheduled to defend the title against the Elegance brand at Lockdown, but due to Rosemary's absence, TNA announced that Allie would defend it with a mystery partner. I mean, yikes. I didn't think it'd be this bad. Sweet Jesus.
Do you have any idea?
I would say Hartwell.
It has to be somewhere. It has to be somewhere that fit that spooky mysterious type of role out there? Could it be the return of Havoc?
Who knows?
Either her or Su Young. It's one of those two.
Could it be Su Young? Let me throw a name out there. Free agent, 2 ladies as free agent. Where and it ties in what's going on TNA Thursday Night Impact. Could it be Nikki Cross?
She's crazy, but she's not scared, not creepy.
Okay, or Selena Vega, formerly Thea, that used to be in TNA, and also could tie into those mystery attacks with her husband. They are free agents.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I think the tag team champions, the Knockouts tag team champions, retain regardless of what kind of form or what kind of iteration without Rosemary. I think they retain their title. I do not see the Elegance brand winning the title. I think it's going to lead to even a larger storyline weeks to come with the Elegance brand.
In all honesty, Heather, it should have been Ash in that cage, not Heather. When you consider Heather, is Heather still in the TV title tournament?
She got eliminated by Jada Stone.
Okay, never mind.
So Jada Stone and then by Elegance, but I think it's going to lead to more implication where the Elegance brand don't win, and Heather is bothered that M might win gold, and there could be a heel fashion turn or dissension there. I mean, they've been wrestling against each other in the Indies,
which is why I'm saying Jada and M should have been facing for the TV title tonight at Lockdown, not this coming Thursday.
Oh, it's a television title. I get what you mean. I was actually shocked that Jada Stone won, to be honest with you, but it is what it is.
Having said that, I'm going to say the Bunny and whoever she picks as her partner.
Yeah, I see that.
You, Jose?
I'm just going to pick Allie and to be TBA because I don't even know who's her partner going to be.
No, that's what we're speculating. That's what we're speculating. Who could be
speculation, nothing else.
All right.
I think that's the most intriguing part of the match. Who is the partner that's going to come out and defend that title with Allie?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to take this one, Kevin? The next one down, Kevin?
Yeah, to me, I'll give you one. To me personally, I think this should be the opening contest in the whole to open up the show. I'll shout out to the guys. We did this on our program on yesterday. I think the first match, it should be the international title with Mustafa, hometown favorite Mustafa Ali, setting the tone against Jason Hotch for the international title. I think that should be the opener. You want to get the crowd going. You want to get the people with the hometown and Jason Hotch. Who do you guys like in this match?
On the one hand, and I'm happy for Hotch to finally get out of the shadow of someone who's basically treating him like a whipping boy. On the other hand, I'm worried that his longtime partner and friend, John Skyler, will double cross him and enable Ali to get the title back.
Indeed.
Okay. I've been debating what benefit would it do for Mustafa Ali to regain that title, unless it's not like you can use it. I don't know if Daria has put that option C on that international title. I know the X Division does, but for the international title, I think Mustafa Ali does not win. I think Jason Hotch retains. You have an order for kind of a civil war because you have a female in Tasha Steelz, Mila Moore's the other female to balance it out. Agent Zero, and then John Skyler is going to be the mystery. Does he turn? Does he go with his partner? I think Jason Hotch defends, holds that international title. I've been saying it now. I think Mustafa Ali wins the Call Your Shot gauntlet. And I think going into 2027, he's going to have that Call Your Shot. I think he gets elevated to the world title.
That might be the better choice.
So we're all in agreement that Hotch retains and Skyler and Steelz leave Order 4 and it's reduced to Order 3.
Or there might be more members of Order 4. It might not happen. It might not happen at Lockdown. It could happen later on in the show television.
And it always bugged me with this question. To pull a Kid Flash in the final season of the original Teen Titans cartoon when he got captured by the High Five, this team called themselves Order 4. But why is it that there's 6 of them?
I have no idea. I don't even watch wrestling, so I don't really have a clue.
I mean, you at least got the reference, right?
Yes, I do.
Anyway, we're all in agreement with Hotch. Jose, can you get the one that Kevin skipped after the tag title match.
This is the match number 3 for the TNA World Tag Team titles. The Hardys versus the
That was going to
Nemeth.
be more semi-main. I was talking about AJ versus Elijah.
Okay, then let's make it AJ versus Elijah then.
I'm going to say maybe Elijah.
I'm picking AJ.
AJ Francis win with in expressions returning back, and somehow is going to be the tipping factor where AJ Francis go off. By the way, I hope this is the blow off match. I hope this is it. I don't want to see AJ Francis and Elijah.
It better be the blow off match because sometimes
it better. But I like impression to come back.
Fair enough. Frankie Kazarian versus Moose escape the cage, with the exceptions of the title matches and the Lethal Lockdown match. This is the only other match that has a gimmick attached to it.
Yeah.
Traditional OWWF rules of getting out the cage, not a pinfall for admission, first man out of the cage. I said this yesterday on our program. Yeah, I said this yesterday on our program. Very old school. I think I could see Moose spearing Frankie Kazarian through the cage and allow Frankie to hit the floor first. And I think Frankie Kazarian, the king of TNA, wins. But did he really win after getting speared the hell out of the cage? I think that's what's going to happen.
So if I had to pick a Pyrrhic victory for Frankie.
Yes. It keeps Moose strong. It keeps Moose strong.
Mm-hmm.
It may end up with Frankie on the shelf.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if it will, but it could give him a little. But he's still a winner, and he could come in and want to claim an opportunity at your TNA World Champion if he wants, because he beat Moose, or an international title, or an X Division. It just keeps Frankie hot.
Fair enough. I'll give it to Frankie as well.
Yeah, I'll pick Frankie.
On the docket next, Jose, take it down.
Cedric Alexander versus Leon Slater for the TNA X Division title. Last man standing steel cage match. If Slater loses, his previous title reign will be erased from history.
Now, this is just Cedric being a petty little prick, if you ask me.
Too petty, actually.
I mean, FYI, Cedric, you were the one wasting away in other promotions before coming to TNA and then joining the system. Leon had been grinding his ass for the better part of 2 years before he arrived. Am I right? Right, Kevin?
Yeah, he's been, somewhere around there. Your timeline is pretty good.
And you want to erase the title reign that you broke, that co-holds alongside old A Double, Austin Aries, for the longest X Division championship reign out of spite. This isn't happening. This is not happening. I'm giving it to Leon.
I'm also giving it to Leon because he worked his butt off to get where he is now.
I'm really torn on this one. It's a last man standing. You know there's going to be chicanery with, I don't know, because who attacks Cedric Alexander? If it's new wrestlers entering the company, where it could be an Alistair or it could be the White Six. I've been saying, I said this earlier on I said this yesterday on our show.
Leon?
No. Cedric got attacked at the end of Thursday Night Impact. He was laid out during the main event, at the end of the main event. Also Moose the prior week. Now Cedric. Someone is attacking talent backstage in TNA. We don't know who. We don't know what. I think it's going to get the culprits or the persons behind it will be known at Lockdown. Now, could that person one of those persons make a impact, no pun intended, on the Leon Slater Cedric, where Leon wins? This is tricky because what benefit does Leon get winning the X Division title, especially if with all the reports that his contract is ending at the end of the year? But I always said this: he could win the X Division title and also trade in the option C for Bound for Glory, where you're going to have Nick Nemeth and Leon Slater for the world title, where you could have Leon give up the X Division title, go after Nick Nemeth, beat Nemeth, and that same night before that night concludes, Mustafa Ali calls your shots with the gauntlet. I think he's going to win it, and Leon leaves the company, but he held the title for whatever, like Drew McIntyre, 5 minutes, and now Mustafa Ali is your TNA World Champion, and you're off and running.
I suppose. I mean, the only other thing Leon gets out of winning the X Division title is saving his previous reign.
Right. Which it kind of like dictates it. Let's go the opposite. Let's say Cedric wins. What happens then? Leon's leaving the company, and that's the way you're really going to do to someone who really put TNA on the map, like a Leon Slater, and really
And
help
carry
out the
the X
company.
division on his back.
The X division crossed over to John Cena's final match. Being selected, being a talent on TNA roster, being unless if he really is going to go to the Feds to WWE early than expected. I really, maybe that's the way of saying we'll erase him, and Leon Slater comes up with a new name, and the way they did to Cruz Montana on NXT.
And
I don't know.
I mean, I ran into Leon last year at a Deadlock event. Of course, he had to keep the belt at his autograph table because DPW didn't want TNA promotional material out in the open. They did the same thing a year prior when Speedball was there for a show.
Yeah.
That's the politics of wrestling.
They can be very protective of that stuff.
I still say Leon wins.
All right.
I'm going vote for Leon.
Next, for the Knockouts women's title, Xia Brookside versus Eleyana Black. What was Eleyana's old name in WWE?
Cora Jade. Eleyana Black. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cora Jade. Oh, boy. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. For as much flack and as much as I want to put Tony Khan under a gun for how he does nothing with Ring of Honor's women's division, and you've heard me complain about that multiple times, Kevin. Have you not?
I'm listening. Did you?
I don't know what is being done with the TNA. With the TNA women's division. I mean, I get you needed JC Jane and Kalani Jordan to try to build someone up that could get it off them in 2025. Now you have a full-blown, naturally grown, talented heel in your company in Xia Brookside in 2026 holding the belt. Now you really need to build up a legitimate babyface, and I don't think Eleyana fits that role.
Maybe Elena's not the natural babyface, but I gotta ask you this. Mets, that you've been watching a lot of wrestling. Do they have the balls to do the same mistake they did in Slammiversary 2 years? And this is not Slammiversary. I understand this is Lockdown, but the hometown. We already got Jason Hotch beating Mustafa Ali, who is the hometown guy. That's why I say kick it off, because they'll forget about the in-ring and all the other wrestling match when they get to the Eleyana Black versus Xia Brookside. Do they dare to have Xia beat Eleyana Black in her hometown in Chicago? Do they have the balls to lose two Chicago talents at a time at their home and repeat the Slammiversary? This is a different booking, although no Tommy Dreamer held a booking, but Delirious is still there, where there's still some remnants and some stink from the old regime. My question is, do they have the balls, or do they say, we can't do this 2 years in a row? People in Chicago want to see the Chicago favorite. If it's not Mustafa, it's Eleyana. That's why I'm going with Eleyana. I'm going with a new TNA Women Knockouts champion.
I say Delirious is stupid enough to double down on that crap. I'm giving it to Xia.
Okay.
That's pretty fair.
And where's your vote go, Jose?
I'm picking Eleyana.
Okay. Now we get to the semi-main, which I think is the tag title match. You want to do that, Kevin?
Sure. To me, this is the main event, but I'm on your show, so I'll go with that. It'll be the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, the current champions, taking on the Nemeth brothers, Nick and Ryan Nemeth. Nick Nemeth looks to be a two-belt champion. Also, the Nemeth brothers, are two-time tag team champions. I've got the Nemeths winning this over the Hardys due to the fact that I hate the politics and I hate the backstage nonsense. I think because due to the fact of Jeff Hardy not being able to go to Canada for the next month, or the next few weeks, where TNA will be taping next Thursday and next weekend, and they have to do a bunch of shows tape. I think they're going to have Jeff Hardy lose, the Nemeths win, where it's gonna be more intriguing television, because how do they explain to your television audience on AMC for the next month that, oh yeah, Jeff Hardy can't be here because he has prior history with the law enforcement that doesn't let him leave the country. Best way to do it is put it into the television program.
Let me guess. Another drug it. He got pulled over again in Canada once.
No. This what when he was in All Elite Wrestling. Remember that situation he had that he got arrested or was driving. That's still on his report. That has not been expunged or removed. Where that's the same thing that happened to Jay that back in the day with Jimmy Uso or Jay. I don't remember which one of the two of the twins couldn't go into Canada and they cleaned it up. Maybe this is where the TNA brass or Carlos Silva with the collaboration puts a phone call into to Nick Khan or Triple H to talk to the Trump administration there. Triple H is part of that administration. Maybe they get that favor.
Wait a minute. If it's Canada, I thought it was. Let me see who the new prime minister is in Canada.
Yeah, but he still can't go. So the way whatever political influence they had to get that for Jimmy. For Jimmy or Jey Uso, they should use that for the Hardy Boys.
So you don't think Prime Minister Carney's gonna let Jeff in?
I don't know. We don't know that. I don't know that for a fact. This is just me. And because prior histories, he could not go to Canada. So and last year they were in Canada. They had some events in Canada that he wasn't able to go. So I don't know if things have changed within a year. I don't know the statute of limitations that it is for his out of country travel. If there's any, how far is that restriction for him? So only they will know.
I see. Well, in any case, I mean, if it happens, let's just hope we don't have the Hardys regain the belts again at Bound for Glory.
I would like to see how they do that story. Be honest with you. If the Hardys are not going to defend, are not going to win their titles, I kind of want to see the story. Do they introduce these new group? That's why I think it's going to be multiple people joining TNA tomorrow night, where the attackers, where they're going to be impactful. Maybe they come after Nemeth, then they go, we want to take everything from you. I don't know. It could be Bo Dallas. It could be.
Or it could be possible the Wyatt Six try to reinvent the wheel and bring back an old gang that used to be in TNA. You know which one I'm talking about. The Aces and Eights.
Whatever they feel that TNA from the history of Lockdown, you always have some swerve with some bosses and some new faction group. We will find out. If you saw the TNA town meeting with Nemeth and Carlos Silva, they look like they're going to bring some more talent, not just knockout talent. Also, they have that collaboration with OBW. So you never know what they have up their sleeves. They want to make no pun intended, an impact on that Chicago market. If they put on a banger of a show here for Lockdown and bring you some memorable newcomers to the fold of the company, wow, what a market. How hot was TNA for Chicago? I think that's what they're trying to do.
I'm going to say, I want to say the Hardys, but your logic is sound. I'll take the Nemets. What about you, Jose?
I will take the Nemets as well, given what Jeff had to go, Jeff's situation.
Close us out, partner.
The main event, the Lethal Lockdown match. The System, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, Bear Bronson, and Alicia Edwards versus Ricky Sosa, Fabian Achner, Casey Navarro, and Jade Stone. Or Jada Stone.
For those not familiar with Lethal Lockdown, think of this as TNA's version of War Games combined with a Hell in a Cell match. Two individuals will start for a 5-minute period, traditionally. And then in intervals of 2 minutes, another person will come out based on which team got the advantage. In this case, the numbers advantage. In this case, the System got it when Brian Myers beat Eichner in a match to determine that advantage. Once all eight are in the ring, the ceiling lowers, and hanging from that ceiling is a weapons cache. Kendo sticks, garbage can lids, steel chairs, crutches, nightsticks. Wouldn't be surprised since we're getting close to hockey season, we see a few hockey sticks, baseball bats, a ladder, a table on the top of the ceiling. First pinfall or submission wins for the team. And with every Lethal Lockdown match that I've watched, more often than not, it's the babyface team that comes out on top.
Interesting.
Trust me, I've checked. And I have at least 5 of the first 6 Lockdowns on DVD.
Man, my gut wants to tell me the baby faces because Ricky Sosa's hot, man, and Jada Stone is going into that that knockouts title on Thursday from Canada live. They're gonna be live, and she's gonna win that. She could be possibly winning that inaugural title. Casey Navarro's on fire. You're debuting Fabian Atner in a pay-per-view. But man, I don't know. Something wants to tell me the system is winning. I kind of want to say the babyface, but I'm gonna go with my instinct. I'm gonna go system win.
What about you, Jose?
I'm probably going to be picking Ricky's team, essentially.
I wouldn't blame you.
I know.
I'll choose Team Navarro. The history just doesn't favor the heel teams in this matchup.
I could understand that. And I want to say that because I gave you the reason why I think the babies might win. Risky's on fire again. With all the they think I just finished saying that's why I'm but I'm gonna take for some reason they want a swerver, so they want to get stupid or cute. And I think that's why I'm still staying with the system. I want to see Ricky Sosa because he is the future of TNA wrestling. Going forward. And if his team win with Casey Navarro, who's on fire, but we'll see. It's gonna be a good event. I can't wait to see all that. And I want to see what the implication of Avery Styles. What is he going to do? Is he going to sign? Are they going to offer him a contract? Is someone's going to get into his face? Is he someone is going to just, the type of guy that's heelish to get in his face that it is kind of like maybe you could see a Frankie Kazarian calling him a mark and coming out. Who knows? I think everybody has a desire to see AJ Styles and Frankie Kazarian. Maybe we see that at Bound for Glory because AJ Styles will be. Did they announce him for the induction of the Hall of Fame for TNA?
Let me see.
I know ODB. She's going in. I don't know who else is being. I know Amazing Red as well. Maybe he gets announced. Maybe that's why Avery Styles is going to be there for. Maybe he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Conan also got inducted. Is getting inducted.
Okay. Conan is getting inducted. Ralph Lusso. I think we might see Mike Santana return to be the inductee for Conan. We could see something along the lines there. I wouldn't be surprised if AJ Styles tomorrow they're inviting his son, possibly when he gets it, and then Frankie Kazarian cuts a promo shoot on his son with AJ Styles, and that leads to
AJ's actually turned down the TNA Hall of Fame induction quite a few times in the past.
Maybe this is the time. Because I believe he's going to go into both. He'll be into the WWE Hall of Fame as well as the TNA Hall of Fame, probably the same year. Maybe this is the year that they'll do it. Maybe this is Bound for Glory. He'll have one more, or even if he doesn't, I think for some reason we're going to get AJ Styles, Frankie Kazarian, and Bound for Glory in Tampa. And we interviewed him last year, and that's a Frankie Kazarian desire. He wants to wrestle AJ Styles.
One last time?
Yes. Those are the Mount Rushmore of the X Division. I would love to see that.
Him, Frankie, AJ, Daniels, and who's the fourth?
We got to go with Jared. He started it, and he was the champion. I'm not a big Jared fan, but after watching
you said the X Division.
Oh, I'm sorry. The X Division, you got to go Samoa Joe.
I could see that.
You go Samoa Joe.
I would have said Sabin.
It all depends on the talent, on the wrestler. Which wrestler impacted you the most on that X Division? You could even say Amazing Red, but I think it's Samoa Joe. For me personally, I think it's Samoa.
Fair enough. Having said that, I'll take the babyface team to win. And that's it for tonight's episode of MegaMets podcast, episode 170. I'd like to thank our boss, Sports Jedi, for joining us tonight. Comment, like, and subscribe to the Sports Jedi Media Network, MegaMan NG, and Mets 2128. We're done. So goodbye, good night, and may the sports be with you always.
Always.